It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time. Let's get it going. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another one. Uh huh. Yes, sir. Bring your asses in here, man. Started a little bit late, but it's okay. It gets greater later. But in the meantime, in between time, talk to him, Spitter. It's Mr. Ghost, left on the 15th mile of right mind. Doing 65. Traffic eyes in the sky. But you done twisted. So I maintain my pimpin'. Like my shit in here with you. Black man in my house, bro. Hang up on the wall. Got the tripping. Trying to see my lyrics. You see what I just put in it. You noticing? But I bet y'all can't keep up. That like it's everybody considered us. But I can't keep up. But the last time I did up, the last time I can get down. I think I can't keep up. Listen. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Hotep History Live. I am your host with the motherfucking most, President Hotep Dude, representing Hotep Nation. I hope you guys have enjoyed your week. I hope you guys have had a productive week. Yes, sir. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Listen, we gonna jam out for a little bit. I'm in a jam mode right now. We gotta get some good vibe to this motherfucker. You feel me? Yeah. We gotta keep it going. Come on. What's good, Bert? What's good, Scruggs? Let's fucking go. We need it. Come on. American niggas make the most efficient tip on my remote. The same way I do the hoes. That's what you touch on Chevy Joe. Oh, spin out, you taking it to my head over there. You know what I did? If you play vision, then the rip of pain dudes. Thunderstorm, but look what it came to. As soon as you quit hating and hear what I gotta say to you. No wet, no farm came with this. Both those suicide, nothing cars, no good, Don't read with us. Only for the teddy bear. No care, open here. Walking down my house, but she wanna where that's cool, baby. But I just got that pool table. Hey, if you wanna get under it, then I guess I can fuck with it. It made out his fucking list. Legendary, I'm Jordan with a right and left switch. Third, I think I say nah. Call that. I ain't gonna hold y'all. When it comes to the music, that's why I fuck with Kick, cause Kick lets you play the music. Emotional luggage, nothing of it, I don't check bags. I just carry on, leave that bullshit in the past. Swinging, rocking my jet set emblem. Wimbledon, cinnamon, thinking in. Ritalin, not living, just element pushing. Yeah. Okay. I think we've been sufficiently jammed out. You feel me? I just needed to get it going. I had to get it going. Oh man. How have you guys been, man? How have you guys been, man? For real, for real. I hope you guys have had just an amazing week, fam. I hope you guys have learned something. I hope you guys were productive. I hope you guys have just been better versions of yourselves. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you better today than you were last Friday? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself. You need to be evaluating your performance as if you are the CEO of your own company. You need to be checking in with yourself on a consistent basis just to make sure that you are a high performer, a high achiever, making sure that you're accomplishing your goals, hitting your objectives, and all of that. You know, we start the streams off with this. I'm going to constantly remind you. Because it's very important that you guys are always bettering yourselves. That's why I'm here to better myself as a historian, as an archivist, as a researcher or independent researcher. You know, I want to make sure that I'm firing on all cylinders. And as such, I want to make sure that you guys watching this stuff are doing that as well. That's what it's all about. Show up anyway. Okay? Show up anyway. So today it was a rough day for me. Not gonna lie, it was rough for me. And I didn't get as much as I wanted to get done and stuff like that, just because I was wheeling and dealing all day, doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I did not fail myself. I'm definitely better today than I was yesterday. That's a fact. That's for sure. And so when it comes to that stuff, my day was a little rough, but you know, we all have rough days. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's a part of life. If you think every day is going to be smooth sailing, you feel me, then it's like, you know, you're sadly mistaken. And I don't even think that you would have gotten to this point if every day of your life was smooth sailing. Now, let me know if your life has been smooth sailings up until this point. That's super crazy. I would love to learn about that stuff. But you're going to have rough days, G. And in your rough days, you owe it to yourself to still show up. So you know what? Like when it comes down to like the gym, right? The first week, the first month, you're super excited to go. You want to go. You got these goals in mind and stuff like that. And then after that 30th day, the 31st day, going into your 32nd and going into your your 60th day, there are going to be those days where you don't want to get up. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't feel like it. Those are the perfect days. Those are the quintessential days for you to get your ass up and take your ass to the gym. Get your ass up and work out. The very day where you can sit there and be like, man, well, I went yesterday. I'm sore today. I'm tired. I got all of this stuff going on and all of that. That is the exact day you need to be going to the gym. As a matter of fact, that is the exact day that the gym exists. See, it's cool to go to the gym when you want to go to the gym. But you know what's cooler? To take your ass to the gym when that's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is go to the gym. The last thing you want to do is pull and push and lift and drop a bunch of heavy shit, breaking a sweat. Those are the days that you need to go the most, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, me just letting you know from Hotep Dudes, because I love y'all, and I want to see all of you guys succeed. Please, yo, show up anyway. I don't care how bad it gets. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care. Show up anyway. Anyway, it does not matter. So that's what I did. No matter how bad my day got, I knew I was going to show up. I was a little bit late today. Okay, I had to run to the store. I should have ran to the store earlier. But so I had to run to the store. I got something chilling in the freezer for you, boy, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But understand, I was going to show up. You're not going, unless it's an emergency. I'm in this bitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then tomorrow we got the Hotep History podcast with my brother Hotep Mac. Okay? So we gonna put the work in regardless. Whether we want to or not, we're gonna get that work in, period. Y'all need to get this history. Y'all need to get this history. Now, before we get into the show, make sure you're subscribing to all of the things. Patreon.com/Hotep History, Kick, YouTube, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, and then, of course, on TikTok. So listen, y'all know how. Let me tell y'all something. So, I had episode 33, right? Rants and recaps, where I was, I recap on Monday, right? I was recapping Hotep Con. Everybody that was in Hotep Con, or everybody that was in my comments that went to Hotep Con, was like super repping, said they had an amazing time. And then the other half of the episode, I was yelling at the bums. Y'all know how I give it up with my rants. So my man Zeitgeist Clips, shout out to Zeit Clips, he had clipped one of my no, I don't think he did. I clipped this one up. So I clipped myself up ranting, right? And I added it to my TikTok. The Hotep History TikTok. It's right here, right? That one right there. So I posted the rant on TikTok. Now, before this video I've been dropping, you'll see when you follow, okay? Follow me on TikTok. This is what I'm saying. I'm only on there for Hotep History, okay? I appreciate the app for what it brings and stuff like that for content creators, but me personally, I'm a Twitter nigga. I'm always rock with Twitter. I'm not personally on Instagram. Hotep History is on Instagram. You feel me? But anyway, on the TikTok, most of the content, like 98% of the content, is just, the little clips of Black American history and stuff like that. But I will sprinkle in some of my clips from the live stream just because I want more and more people to tap into the live stream. And so I loaded up the rant. Now, before the rant video, all the other videos was getting like 900 views, 1,000 views, 800 views and stuff like that. When I posted the rant, fam, I think I got less than 200 because I don't think TikTok likes all of that. I think I said nigga like 30 times in that short clip. You feel me? So I was like, okay, cool. Heard you. The algorithm, I see what they got going on, and I understand now. I understand it now. I'm like lethal shooter. You feel me? I understand it now. Shout out to Knuckle Brew in the chat. Okay, shout out to Bert and Scruggs, brother. Where have you been, bro? You out there coaching and all of that? Where you been, Scruggs? We missed you, bro. You a day one. You the day one of the day ones, bro. Scruggs was the first person to subscribe to the Patreon. Like, Scruggs has been a day one. You understand, Scruggs? I'm happy to see you, bro. So TikTok, make sure you follow me on there. I'm gonna be dropping clips and stuff like that. Again, I'm telling y'all, man, like, it's great stuff happening on Patreon. Great stuff happening on Patreon. You're missing out. If you're not on the Patreon, you are missing out. Period. Point blank. You got to tap into the Patreon. A lot of stuff is behind that wall. So, another announcement that I have, as you can slightly see here, Hotep History has officially cracked 1,000 subs on YouTube. Let's go. Let's hear it for him. Let's hear it for him. Let's give it up for the man. Let's give it up for the man. We are at 1,000 subs and growing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say personally, formally, thank you so much for all of you guys subscribing to the Hotep History YouTube channel. I couldn't thank you enough, immensely, okay? This is just one of many milestones that we're going to be crossing together. I'm just super excited that I've been able to influence and teach and educate and motivate and inspire all of these different people. They come up to me, they hop in my DMs, they tell me on the timeline. So listen, I am on a super high. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to say, from me to you, thank you so much. I'm going to continue to drop this content. I'm going to continue to be live streaming. I'm going to be continuing to bring you that good old Black American Hotep history. You guys are amazing. And as far as I'm concerned, All of you guys are Hotep historians yourselves. Okay? There will come a point now. There will come a point where I'm going to want you guys to share your histories. We're going to dedicate one of the podcasts just for y'all because I want you guys to participate. I want you guys to be tapped in. I want you guys to really, really get into your historical bag. I told y'all in the last stream, everything is history. Everything. Everything. Not just the rest. You know what I say the rest was history. Everything is history. There's not a single thing in your mind surrounding you that doesn't have a history. The light post at the end of your block has a history. The concrete that you walk on has history. The trees in your backyard, if you have history. You have to understand that you are just an amalgamation of the past coming together in the present. That's it. So, I just want to say thank you again. You feel me? Thank you again for tapping into Hotep History. Here's to 1,000 more subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your family if they're into history or if they're into a black man talking that real shit 3 times, 4 times a week. Tell them to subscribe to Hotep History. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like and subscribe too. I need more likes. Okay? We got 1,000 subs, which is amazing, but we need to up these numbers, chat. I need y'all. Okay? I'm going to do this regardless because I love to do it. I'm a yapper and I study history. Perfect combination for this job. However, I need more participation. I feel like Kobe. More. You know what I'm saying? More. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys literally push me to keep going. The comments, everything that you guys do as far as interacting with Hotep History, I swear to you guys, yo. I appreciate it. I look forward to it. I need it. I want it. And we're going to keep making this stuff pop. Now, another announcement. Next week, God willing, your boy, your host, will be at the Library of Congress. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite historian will be at the Library of Congress. He will be able to touch first editions, okay, from the ancestors. We talking books going all the way back to the 1700s. We talking books that tell us, okay, exactly what the ancestors were thinking, exactly what they were doing. I'm going to have the ability to touch all of this stuff. And while I will sprinkle some content here and there on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, you need to be subscribing to the Patreon. Because I'm going to have a full-length video about my trip to the Library of Congress. Okay? And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to the other museums and stuff like that too. So it's going to be a whole trip that I'm going to be documenting. Patreon has the ability to go live. Okay? Patreon has the ability to go live. So I will be going live from Patreon, only for my Patreon subscribers, while I'm out there in DC. So if you guys want the inside scoop of what the inside of the Library of Congress looks like from my perspective, from my purview and all that other stuff, please believe that we will be filming. We will be creating content around it. You will get to, see what I saw when I was out there. I'm super excited to go. This is like the ultimate, fam. Like, this is the ultimate. Going to a place that stores a lot of the ancestors' works. Okay? So I'm super excited. We got, September was just an amazing month. We got Hotep Con. Now I'm going to the Library of Congress. Like, it's been amazing. It has been amazing. And thank you so much, guys. Like, I could not have done any of this stuff without you. Okay? I really appreciate all of the support. For real, for real. I wanted to take that time out. Now, listen. I know we started late. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make up for that 30 minutes just because I want to be able to take a little bit of time for myself tonight without it getting too late. So I am going to rock out with y'all for as long as I can. I'm going to do at the very least, the 2 hours that I normally do. But I do just want to be able to, decompress on a Friday night and stuff like that and be able to relax. All right. So thank you guys for tapping in. So on the Patreon, one of the perks that you get to have as a Patreon subscriber is that you get to vote on these topics. So it's funny enough, all of the Patreon subscribers, they know that tonight's topic was a tie, honestly. So the three choices that these Patreon subscribers had was the history of the Black American Church, the history of Black American arts, which included, of course, movies, paint like artists, like visual arts, music, all types of arts. And then the third option was Black American secret societies. Black American arts and Black American secret societies were tied up. And I was going to flip a coin. And I thought that would have been cool, but I needed to have some materials ready. And while we can still flip the coin, you feel me? I think that giving you guys just some type of expectation. I had to put it in the title, So, how are your guys' days? Let's check the chat. And I'm going to figure out how to have the chat like on the screen and all of that. I gotta add to the overlay. I got some things that I want to put on this side of the screen here. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that we gonna get into. But let's check the chat. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate it for all of the congratulatory emojis. Bert as well. Scrugg says, fall is coaching season for me. Got lucky today. No game or practice. I've been watching the next day on Patreon. See? So shout out to Scruggs. I hope you have been having a phenomenal season. If I'm not mistaken, you coach what, girls soccer, I think it is. I hope I'm not talking out of turn. You can correct me in the chat. But all of the wins for your team, okay, coach? Big coach Scruggs. You feel me? So you know what it is. Tell me about your day. We're gonna get things started in just a minute. Like I said, it's a little bit more casual tonight. We wanted to take it a little slow. Chew a little gum. I'm not gonna lie. When I was chewing this gum, I feel like I'm strengthening my jaw pause. You know what I'm saying? I know they have that type of gum too, right? I'm trying to back away from the microphone. They do have that type of gum, right? What is it called? Mastic gum or something like that, where all of the young Gen Z dudes are chewing to have like the chiseled jawline and all of that. You can't see it under this magnificent beard that I have, but my jawline is absolutely chiseled. Magnificent. Today was a good day. Today was a day. So Black American secret societies. Now, we did kind of hold on. There we go. We did kind of touch on this when we had the episode about Black American fraternal orders. I'm like kind of low-key obsessed. I'm like low-key obsessed with Black American fraternal orders because it speaks to organizational skills, independence, and self-reliance. And that's really what the ancestors were all about. Like, I can't stress it enough that when it came down to having the government intervene, the federal government intervene, the Black American ancestors were very like standoffish and kind of apprehensive to it because they didn't trust the federal government. Now, when it comes down to certain rights and stuff like that, of course, but what they really wanted was just American citizenship. That's it. They were relegated as slaves at one point, and they wanted to make sure that they were able to enjoy the full rights of an American citizen. That's it. And so when y'all view it from the lens of just like racist, you miss out on what you're actually entitled to as an American citizen. The ancestors didn't lose sight of that. And it's not even like they were like studying the Constitution or anything like that, or the Bill of Rights. is that they knew about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They understood the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and they wanted those rights. That's what they fought for. So, of course, changes had to happen governmentally. However, it was only so Black Americans can actually fully realize their rights and stuff like that in this country. That's it. Just wanted to be an American. They wanted to just be Black Americans doing their Black American thing. No special treatment and stuff like that. And I don't think, I don't think reparations are considered special treatment. So let that be known. But that's what they wanted. They wanted to be American citizens, and that's it. And so when it came down to fraternal orders, secret societies, and stuff like that, they saw how white fraternal orders and secret societies were moving, and how they were able to pretty much like dictate what was going on in politics, economy, culture, and stuff like that behind the shadows. Like, yeah, our organization is front facing and stuff like that, but we're able to make these decisions for our local, our state, and sometimes even the country, as far as like the nation of Black Americans and stuff like that. So for me, when I read about these different organizations, I'm inspired, especially as somebody who's the president of a Black American organization and stuff like that. Like, it gives me a lot of tips, tricks, blueprints on how to be able to run Hotep Nation properly. So that's what it's about for me. And I happened upon a website that has like a good directory of Black American fraternal orders and secret societies. Okay? And we're going to get into that. I didn't come empty-handed. Crystal, you're here. Let's see what you can find in real time. No pressure, but let's see what you can find about Black American secret societies in real time. I hope the chewing is not bothering y'all, but this gum is good. And my breath smell good. You know what I'm saying? Scruggs says, I coach it all: softball, flag football, and basketball. All right. He an all-around universal coach. All right. I hear that, Scruggs. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody talking to me and Kick? What's going on with Kick? Okay, hold on. Is this the same one? Oh, Pop Hotep. Okay. Dube's giving us homework. Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I do remember asking you guys to answer these questions, and I don't think we got to it. Let's get to the answers. I asked y'all the questions, but some people got it right and some people didn't. You know what? I should have added this into the Black American inventor video, but Black man had created the automatic gun. All right. So, yeah. Y'all remember these questions? Shout out to Sammy in the building. You feel me? Shout out to Sammy in the building. But do y'all remember these questions? So I'm gonna look up the answers behind the scenes. Hold on, let me get the other window open so y'all can't cheat. And we're gonna have some fun. Like I said, this is a more laid back stream. We've already really touched on Black American fraternal orders and stuff like that. So we just gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna do a little pop quiz on y'all. And y'all better not be cheating. Let's see. Do you know your race history? Got two chats going. I'm telling y'all, I'm not even in my final form yet. I want y'all to know the final form is going to be All of this, plus the comments going up on the screen and all types of like transitions. I was supposed to hit my man Tyro up. Tyro, I know he like, man, he ain't serious. Cause Tyro, my brother, he's a streamer extraordinaire. You feel me? And I love like the way he got his stream set up. He got the transition buttons going from screen to screen. He's killing it on Kick. Got over 1,000 followers on there. He got his own custom emotes and stuff like that. Like, he is smoking it. Excuse me. And so he's my brother. So I could hit him up whenever. As a matter of fact, I FaceTimed him while he was on stream. And he talked to me while he was on stream. And he does like 24-hour streams. Like his average stream, like he'll stream for 20 hours straight. Like he'll stream all day long. Like he goes crazy. You feel me? So when it comes down to him, I was like, yo, bro, you got to hit me to the game. You feel me? And he was like, yeah, I got you. Just call me. He was like, I'm going to be streaming from this time to this time. I'm like, God damn, for real? He was like, yeah. So now I'd stream that long. And I was supposed to hit him up around 4 o'clock. And I totally forgot. But it's all good. And yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes. Don't worry about it. Hold on. We getting there. Is this it? Yes. Okay. All right. So, come on, chat. I got the answers. I got the answer key already up. Okay? I got the answer key already up. So, So, the first question was, how many Negroes were in the United States at the end of slavery in 1865? That's the first question. Come on. And do not cheat. Be honest. I'm going to know if y'all cheating. Because the answer Google may give you may not be the same answer that the newspaper from the ancestors will give you. So, how many? Let's hear it. I want to see it in the chat. It's enough of y'all in here. Come on, talk to me. Talk to your boy. Yo, side note, why y'all thinking of your answers? My mother, yo, shout out to my moms. My mother is living her life like it's golden. Every other weekend, my mother is at some concert, on a cruise, by the beach somewhere. Like, I remember it was like in November one time, my mother was at a beach, like with warm weather. My mother really be living. She be living life more than me. I be in the so-called cubicle in here. And she be on vacation. Bert says 200,000. Bert, I'm gonna give you another shot at that, brother. 200,000, Bert. Come on now. Come on, man. We're like Joe Biden. Come on, man. 200,000, no. Way low. That's way low. If it was only 200,000 niggas in America in 1865, boy, we would have had a problemo. Pop says 2 million. That was a guess from the last time. Also no. So I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let 3 people get their answers off before I give the actual answer. I think that's fair. So we got 2 answers. Okay. So we got 200,000, 2 million, both incorrect so far. It's all good though. Let me get a third answer, and then we'll move on to the next question. Somebody come on and guess. Now, don't mean to brag, chat. Don't mean to brag. I knew this answer before I even seen the article. Okay, I knew the answer, so I'm feeling real good about myself. Now I got the answer key up. So, at this point, I'm disqualified from playing. 60 says, hint higher or lower than 2 million. Higher. Can we get much higher? So high. Higher than 2 million. That's the only hint y'all gonna get from me. That's the only hint. Higher than 2 million. Higher than 2 million. Okay. This is one of the easier ones too, chat. The questions, as y'all can see, it gets a little bit more specific. So, come on down. Come on down with your answers. I'm checking the chat. Chat checking. Okay, third suggestion, 60 says, I'm going to go with 6.3 million. Good guess, but no. So, the actual answer was 4.5 million black Americans. 4.5 million. So who will be closer? The person that said 2 million or 6.3? It's 2.5, and then it's 2.5 off on the 2 million, and then 6.3. So I think Papa will be closer. I don't know. I'm not the math guy. I'm the history guy. But yeah, so 4.5. Next question. Let's see what we got here. Next question. When and where were Jim Crow law? Where and when were Jim Crow cars originated? Now, obviously, hold on. Let me check my sources. Hold on. Let me see. So I can give a good hint. Oh yeah, see, I was about to give y'all a terrible hint. Oh man, 60, you got to go with your first mind, brother or sister. I'm gonna have to assume you a brother, but so yeah. So the hint that you have for question number 2 is, what could be a good hint? Ooh. This is only for the people that tapped in. Okay? You gotta tap in to get the hint sometimes. The hint is Onesimus. Come on now, chat. Who was there? Who was there when President was talking about Onesimus? Come on. Okay, where was Onesimus at? Let's talk about it. Let's go. I'm going to get some interaction out of y'all. I'm telling y'all. We're going to talk tonight. So my hint for question number 2, is where and when were Jim Crow cars originated? And the hint for that one is Onesimus. It sound like I'm a judge at a spelling bee. The word is Onesimus. Come on with it. I got all night. After we get through these questions, then we'll tap into the fraternal orders, and then we're going to get up out of here. We're going to have a nice, concise one tonight. Who knows? I may hop back on here on the late night. Who knows? Oh, shit. Crystal going crazy. Hold on. No takers? Oh, man. No takers. Y'all seriously gonna do this right now? More and more people are piling in here. Come on now. Come on. Give me a hint. Let me know if the chewing is annoying so I can keep doing it. Let me know. Come on, y'all. That hint should have been a home run. Y'all should have been able to get it off. Just off the hint alone. Let me check what's going on in the dims. Okay. All right. Bert. You know what, Bert? Just for you, since you interacting, and that's all I want from you guys is to interact, tap in with your boy when we on stream. I'm going to say yes. The answer to your question is yes, beloved. It is. Okay? Where you going? Hopefully you can hold it down with me when it come to that, and be able to. So yes, Bert, it was up north. That was gonna be the hint too. I was gonna say it's not in the region that you think, but it's cool. It was up north. It was up north. What we got? Now I'll be honest. I didn't know this one. I thought it was somewhere down south. You feel me? That made the most sense to me. We chilling tonight. Come on. Okay. Ooh. This is good stuff, Crystal. Okay. Knuckle Brew says 1905 in Virginia. Sorry, Knuckle Brew. No. Not in 1905, Virginia. Bert says, I want to say New Jersey. I remember the name, forgot his story. Not New Jersey. Hold on. Okay, so for the sake of expedience, okay, because people are going to be watching this on the playback, I'm going to let the two answers rock. So I don't think I know if I engaged long enough, I would be able to get a third answer. But the correct answer to question number 2 is the first Jim Crow cars designed for use of Negro freedmen in Massachusetts in 1841. Massachusetts in 1841. So the answer to number 2 is Massachusetts in 1841. Slavery was still going on. The following, this is the rest of the answer. The idea invaded the South following the Civil War. So that's the thing. Y'all were thinking like, oh, because of slavery being over, and y'all thinking, Jim Crow, the South, and all of that. Y'all gotta know, man, up north was treacherous. It was bad. I don't know if y'all know this, but at its all-time high, like as far as its height of its popularity in the country, the Ku Klux Klan, they had the highest numbers in Indiana. I thought it was going to be someplace like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, something like that. But nah, their largest group was in the Midwest, in Indiana. Fun little fact. Okay. You know what I also could do is go to the stream on the computer, so that way the comments are coming right up. And they're coming right up on the chat. This is fun. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too. Where we at? Question number 3. Okay. Now we at question number 3, chat. I hope y'all can see it. But even if you can't, just hear me out. Number 3, have any Negroes graduated
from West Point Military Academy. What's going on, Miss Lisa? Welcome, welcome. Number 3, have any Negroes graduated from West Point Military Academy? Oh, wait. All right, where's the answer key at? Here we go. Okay. 6-0, this was an easy layup. This was an easy one. Okay. Because I don't think they would have even put it in the paper if somebody did. Okay. So, yes, the answer is yes. Since we got a correct answer, we can keep it going. 12 Negroes attended West Point from 1870 until 1889. 3 graduated. So let's move on to number 4. Okay. Let's move on to number 4. Sorry, I'm jumping between windows and stuff like that. Let's go. Number 4. What year directly following the World War saw bloody race riots in American cities, and where? This should be a layup for y'all. This is an easy one. This is one that I knew because I made a whole video on it. Oh, wait. I say again, what year directly following the World War saw bloody race riots in American cities? So if you know what the World War dates are, and you know the Black American history, this should be a layup. This should be a layup for you, chat. Come on now. 6-0, this was an easy layup. This was an easy one. Shout out to Shantae for tapping in and answering correctly. Shantae came in here and got a point like that. You know what I'm saying? Dynamo. Let's get into it. Y'all need to hear it again? What year directly following the World War saw bloody race riots in American cities, and where? So don't just say, so let's move on to number 4. Year. You also got to give me a city. Let's move on to number 4. Don't cheat now. Don't hoogle. Sorry, I'm don't hoogle windows and stuff like that. Ooh, let's go. Number 4. Shantae. No, not 1923. Not 1923. I'm pretty sure there was a riot in 1923. And where? I'm pretty sure there was a riot in 1923. This is an easy one. Ooh, 6-0, you're close. Because I made a whole video on it. You're close, beloved. I say again, what year? You're close. Directly following you're very close. The World War. I'll say this, you're closer than Shantae. Race riots in America. That's the only hint. So if you know what y'all looking at 6-0 World War dates are, and you know in the chat, you're very close. History. This very should be close. A layup. This should be a layup for you, chat. Come on now. 6-0, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Y'all are dope. I like this. This is fun. And answering correctly. Shantae came in here and got a point like that. Let's get into it. Heard again. 6-0 is very close. Year directly following the World War. Yes, it definitely was the early 20th century. Yes, where? Early 1900s. Just say for sure. Let's move on to number guaranteed. You also got to give me a city. Let's move on to number 4. Don't 6-0, I'm trying to tell you, beloved, you are close. I'm glad that nobody's Googling. I'm glad you all have good sportsmanship. This is fun. Not 1923. This is fun. Not 1923. I'm pretty sure there was a riot in 1923. Oh, so Sammy, when it comes down to the audio issues on the playback, it's because YouTube doesn't allow the music. You're close, beloved. YouTube doesn't allow music, so they'll mute the music, and sometimes my microphone, when I'm talking over the music, gets like kind of muffled and stuff like that. That's why, like, you know, I give everybody the option in the chat. You're very close. History. Very close. Oh, wait. This should be a layup. So y'all saying this right now is an issue. Uh-oh. This is fun. I'm having a good time. Y'all definitely was the early. Yes, wait, that's why. Just say for sure. That's why. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Is it good now? Y'all should be good now. Let me know. I should be good. That was my bad. Yeah. I was playing I was playing the stream to look at the chat. My fault. It's all good. We good now. Um, what we got? What we got? Let me check the other chat. So now that I got kick on screen, I only got to look down. All right, all right. So, okay, so Miss Lisa, you half right. Oh wait. I'm tripping. Sammy got it. I'm looking at the chat. Sammy got it. The year 1919. Absolutely correct, beloved. Good job. That's what I'm talking about. My Hotep historians. Yes, the Red Summer of 1919. So if we combine Sam's answer and Miss Lisa, we good. St. Louis was one of the cities. Now, there is another city. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, Miss Lisa. We might have to make a correction. Real quick, beloved. Ooh. Yes. That's why I tried to tell you, 60, like you was super close, beloved. Super close. Now, Miss Lisa, you were super close. Okay? But no, not St. Louis. But very close. So we still got half of the answer we got half of the question that needs to be answered. So we got the year correctly. Shout out to Sammy for that. Give me a city, y'all. Oh, wait. 6-0 got it. Yes. 6-0 got it. Thank you. So 6-0 got, okay, there we go. So Sammy with 1919, 6-0 with Chicago. Very good, y'all. Very good. Anybody else want to give another city? There's more than one. Come on. And then we'll move on. That's a state, Miss Lisa. That's a state, beloved. We need a city. Give me one more city, then we can move on. Wow, and Sammy did that on the guess. Knuckle Brew says Detroit. Let me double check the answer key. Now, Detroit might be a good answer, but it's not in the answer key. And I want to stick to the answer key. Okay? Detroit is not listed, beloved. I'm sorry. What else we got? Birmingham and Tulsa. No. This is good. Since y'all guessed enough, we can move on. So the other cities that's listed in the key at the very least, there were other cities as well, but the key says in 1919, riots broke out in Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., Knoxville, East St. Louis, Miss Lisa, East St. Louis, and other cities north and south. 6-0 came through. D.C., St. Louis, and Chicago. He got it. And I can vouch. He typed that in before I said it. I don't know if he Google. You feel me? But we gonna move on. All right. Next question. Let's go. And thank y'all for interacting. This is dope, y'all. Appreciate it. What caused the imprisonment and deportation of Marcus Garvey? Ooh, that's a spicy one. Number 5 says, what caused the imprisonment and deportation of Marcus Garvey? Okay, so you are a woman, 6. I'm sorry. Shout out to you, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're smoking it. Okay? My bad. Forgive me. Charge my head, not my heart. That's all. So, what number 5 says, what caused the imprisonment and deportation of Marcus Garvey? Very good question. What say you, chat? Okay, all right, all right. So we getting to it now. We getting to it. The chat getting to it. Okay, so I'm gonna Knuckle Brew. Knuckle Brew was first. Um, Miss Lisa was second, but you guys are all correct. So I'm gonna read the answer for you. And just in case people can't read the chat on the playback, fraud was the answer. And so let's get into it. The answer says he was convicted of using U.S. mail to defraud in connection with the Black Star Line. He served a term in Atlanta federal prison and was paroled in 1925 and deported to his native land, Jamaica, West Indies. All right, guys. This is dope. I really appreciate it. You guys are smoking it. You guys are gems. Look at all the Hotep historians in the chat, man. There we go. All right, let's get to number 7. We almost done, y'all. All right. Oh yeah, number 6. Describe the Pan American Congress. Yikes. Not yikes, but it's a very open-ended question. Let me see what the answer key says. I'm not gonna fault y'all if y'all don't get this. It's still on the table. You guys, it's up for grabs if you guys want to answer it. Oh, we got some good stuff in the chat. Knuckle Brew says he had the boat lines going strong and they charged him with mail fraud. Correct. Sammy says, wasn't there a false promise he made for a ship voyage? I guess it's the same thing. And Sammy says, oh, that's what Chance named his last album after Starline. I didn't know that. 60 says, is that an early edition of the Black Congressional Caucus? Now, let me read the answer and then get back to you. Not really, 60. That's not really. From what the answer is describing, no. It actually kind of speaks to the opposite of that. So no. Repeat the question. Got you. I got you, Miss Lisa. Describe the Pan American Congress. This is an open-ended question. Let me check the other chat. We got 2 chats going. Oh, so Sam, I can read on the laptop. I can read your deleted comment, and you said a congregation of black people who wanted FBAs to settle in Africa. No, incorrect, brother. Incorrect. And side note, Crystal, I'm just going to use this for like a full-blown video. You are snapping with the primary sources. Yeah, we're gonna have to use this for actual scripted video, Patreon exclusive. Yeah, these photos are crazy. Come on, chat. What we got? I know this is a tough one. I think I got 3 answers, right? I got one from 60. I got one from Sammy. So we need one more, and then I'll give you guys the answer. We can move on, because I know that was So Miss Lisa says the Black Congressional in Congress. Nah. So all right, this was a tough one. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't get it. Number 6, it says a group of Negroes met in Paris, France, February 1919. The object saw equal rights without regard to race, color, or creed, and attempted to arouse international public opinion on their behalf. That's why it's like it was when 60 said the precursor to the Black Congressional what is it called again? The Black Congressional Caucus. Yeah, it was kinda because it's like in the name and stuff like that, but it was like not really, but kinda. But the only reason why I said no is because they specifically said that it had nothing to do with color and race, and like um, the Black Congressional Caucus was like specifically about color and race. So that's the only reason why I didn't award points. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Let's go to the next one. All right. A colored girl was once chosen as Venus, the prize winner having the most perfect and beautiful body. Where? A colored girl was once chosen as Venus, the prize winner having the most perfect and beautiful body. Where? All right. Let me go to the answer key because I don't know. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. And I'm not going to judge you guys if you don't know. I will try to give a hint. I don't even know how I could give a hint. Yeah, like I let me Google her. Oh, okay. I can give you guys a. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. Sorry. I was about to tell y'all a whole different person. Same name, but different person. And what? Okay, what year was this newspaper? Yeah, this newspaper is from 1935, so it can't be that. It can't be that. I will give you a hint on the area. Um, what can I say? What can I say? The area would be, cause I know the area, cause I know the major city that's right next to it. Y'all not gonna get the city. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'll tell you this: it's outside of Pittsburgh. So it's not Pittsburgh, but it's outside of Pittsburgh. It's kind of a smaller town, smaller city. I might just get this one of y'all. I might just get. I'm gonna just get this one of y'all because this one is a little rough. This one's you gotta have been in the know in the 1930s about this person. Pop, you're the closest. Not only in location, but in the name as well. So if you're from PA, you may be able to. You know, I lived in PA for 10 years. I lived in Philly for 10 years, and I traveled throughout the entire state. So yeah, not Harrisburg, but it's outside of Pittsburgh. Outside of Pittsburgh, what you got for me? Let's see what we got. Y'all gave me more than enough, so I'm willing to give the answer. So if you got one more guess, only reason why I'm letting the guesses stay open because Pop was really close in his guess with Harrisburg, but it's right outside of Pittsburgh. So I'll give you another hint. It has Berg in the name. I can't get no closer than that, chat. I can't get no close. It has Berg in the name. All right. We'll move on. So the answer was Jeanette Jacobs was adjudged in a contest of several hundred white girls at Greensburg, Pennsylvania, As soon as they learned her race, she was politely but firmly refused. Ain't that about a bitch? Okay, so we're gonna rush through these last ones because I didn't keep track of the time. We've already been on this joint for an hour, and I'm having a great time. Don't get me wrong, but I want to be mindful of you people's time. I told you, Pop, all you had to do was guess one more time. G, it was right there. I tried to tell you. Thank you for being good sports, guys. You guys are great. And I am going. There is another one too. They have these questionnaires and stuff like that all of the time. This is not the only one. So if you guys enjoyed this, we'll do it again because I'm having a great time. This is going to be a lot tougher. Number 8. How many Negroes served in the United States diplomatic and consular service? How many Negroes served in the United States diplomatic and consular service? One more time. How many Negroes served in the United States diplomatic and consular service? Okay, let me look at the answer key, see what we got. Dog, I don't even. So my hint is not a lot. That's my hint. Pop, no, not 24. Too much. You're too high. Bert, you're close, beloved. With 7. You're close. Too high, 6-0. Too high. But close if you can pick up what I'm putting down. Too high. There you go, Miss Lisa. There we fucking go, Miss Lisa again. Miss Lisa. All right. How'd you know that? Pop said, oh, damn. It's a Pop and Miss Lisa said the answer. So, wow, guys. All right. Y'all smoked that. Fast. So, Miss Lisa and Pop got it right. The answer is 3. So we got James G. Carter, consul at Calais, France. William H. Hunt, consul of St. Michael's, Azores, Canary Islands. And Lester A. Walton, consul at Monrovia, Liberia. Good job, guys. Good job. That one stumped me. I didn't even know what that was. Y'all smoked that quick. Shout out to Pop and Miss Lisa for that one. You guys are smoking this, man. All right. Number 9. What Negro inventor made the first clock in the United States? Now, I brag about this individual over and over again. This should be a layup for y'all. This should be answered within as soon as I finish answering this, saying this sentence. Come on now. Put it in the chat. This black man. Exactly, Pop. Come on now. I done bragged about him. There you go, 6-0. I knew that was coming. I knew 6-0 was going to come, right? Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Oh. Do we give 6-0 the point if she can't say she doesn't know his first name? I don't know. We should be able to. I mean, his last name is the most important, but you got to know his full name. Oh, man. I'm conflicted. All right. So, just like how we had Miss Lisa and Pop with the last one, if somebody can come through with his first name, I'm pretty sure 6-0 ain't going to have no problem sharing the point. Come on now. Oh, come on, chat. Y'all don't know his first name? Y'all about to let 6-0 just take the whole point? All right, y'all right, y'all right. Give it up for 6-0. She got it. The name is Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker. Banneker. That's the name. Good job though, 6-0. You smoking it. You smoking it. All right. We had question. We had the last one. We had the last one. Yeah. We had the last one, chat. Let's get to the last one. You guys were amazing. This went way better than I thought it was gonna go. I thought I was gonna be talking to myself. All right. The final question. Who was the first Negro to be awarded the PhD degree in American college? This is a nice final one to go off of. I have not talked about this individual. Let me look him up. Damn. Well, not really a hint. Oh, okay. I've seen a picture of him before. Got it. Who we got? Any guesses? I'll read the question again. Who was the first Negro to be awarded the PhD degree in an American college? Sammy says, I remember this being taught in the Morehouse Summer School when I was younger. Ooh. Okay. Miss Lisa asks, question, did he go to the University of Mississippi? Let me double check. No, ma'am. Okay. So I'll give you a hint just to kind of, bring it down, like as far as the amount of places and stuff like that. We're going to go Ivy League. Ivy League is the hint. Come on, Sammy. That's what I'm talking about, boy. All right. Now, we done gave 6-0. We gave 6-0 her point for the last one for only giving the last name. Sammy gave the last name, but he doesn't remember the whole name. Sammy's a man. Okay? So we harder on the men in here. We harder on the men in Hotepistan. So, right now, Sammy has the point. But, without Googling, don't Google, give me that man's first name, and you might be able to steal. Come on now. Oh, come on. Let's go. What you got for me? Sammy cooked with that one. Good work, brother. Good work. All right. Knuckle Bruce said Andre. I don't know why that's funny, but no. All right. 6-0 said give Sammy the point. So, Sammy, good job. Pop says Taquarius. Oh, man. Shout out to y'all. That was great. So we need to have so we're gonna do this again. I like this. We need to have a Hotep History game show. I think that this has and yes, Pop, he did go to Yale. I think this was fun, and I think that I could come up with some Hotep questions that I've taught, like, you know what I'm saying, things that I've specifically said. And so if you've been tapped in, you'll be able to answer more succinctly. So make sure you guys are tapping in, because we're going to do this. You guys are smoking it, man. You guys smoked that. That was fun. Y'all are dope. Y'all are dope. That, oh man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all got me hyped, yo. I kind of want to do another one. I kind of want to do another one. Y'all want to do another one? Let me know if y'all want to do another one, man. I'll change the title of this joint and all of that. We'll do the Hotep History game show. Let me know. Y'all want to do another one? Y'all want to get into the secret societies? It's up to y'all. Knuckle Brew says go for it. What y'all say? What y'all say? Let me know. So Kicks, Knuckle Brew speaks for Kick. So what YouTube saying? 6-0, you the spokeswoman for YouTube tonight. What you say? We gonna go for another one? I believe y'all. I believe y'all. Oh, Pop says secret societies. Uh-oh, we got some contention on Kick. So we need a tiebreaker. All right. So we 6-0 was the tiebreaker. We're going to go into the secret societies. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys. That was fun. We will set up another one. We'll do it in probably, something like next week or something like that. All right. So, let's get into the secret societies, y'all. All right. So, I found this website right here where they talked about Black American fraternal orders and stuff like that, many of whom I did not know about. Crystal, in the back channels, has been sending me stuff. So, but did it change? Let me make sure that it changed. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, y'all. And so I want to. There is something that she did send that I wanted to put in here just for tonight's stream. But yeah, so this website. Jesus, what's going on with me? This website has a lot of these fraternal orders and stuff like that I did not know about. So while my DMs is loading, let's go to a few of them, huh? And so I perused the site a little bit. Do I have any water? I perused the site a little bit just to see what they got going on. Yeah, for sure, Crystal. Like you dug up some stuff. So we're gonna go through the site, and then we'll go into other stuff. So I want to go to the one with the crazy names. Now, what I will say, let's get into the Ancient Independent Order of Moses. Ooh. So one of the things that I did notice is that a lot of them started as white, not all of them, but a lot of them did start as white groups or white organizations, and either Black Americans weren't accepted, so they created their own, or they integrated them in there. Okay, so this one was founded 1880 or 1877 in Washington, D.C., multi-state, men and women, distinctive black order, provides benefits or life insurance. Okay, that's the overview. And then they have these right here, like these PDFs talking about it. So let me full screen it. There we go. It says the Ancient Independent Order of Moses emerged about 1877, but the founders and early steps are not known. Featured cardinal virtues were union, friendship, and love. So a lot of the fraternal orders, they had those things called cardinal virtues. And cardinal virtues are basically the things that they stood on. So union, friendship, and love. So the men and women were called brothers and sisters, and they joined local tabernacles. That's going to be another way that they describe different chapters or different groups inside of the order. So you would have a tabernacle in Mississippi, or a tabernacle in St. Louis, or a tabernacle in New York, or something like that. And it says some of which sponsored juvenile classes. Juvenile classes are going to be your auxiliary groups for the youth. And so you'll be able to have your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, and stuff like that join. Another part of this is that you have to understand a lot of these people were coming from upper middle class Black American neighborhoods and communities, and this was one of the things that they were able to do to keep their children out of harm's way or getting into crime and degenerate behavior and stuff like that. They would have them be a part of these different fraternal orders. Another thing that you need to know is that they were also very intrinsically tied to the Christian faith. A lot of them, especially like a man like Moses Dixon, and we'll talk about him too because he has like an entire book on it. He talks about how they're explicitly Christian. Okay, and when they say this is the ancient order of Moses, I will automatically assume that. So dues paying members were eligible for funeral benefits and small sickness payments, largely informally administered in early years, but later run more systematically by specialized departments. Again, this is something that we know about when it came to the mutual aid societies and other groups, is that members were entitled to particular benefits, particular financial or social benefits. A lot of them will be paying you stipends and stuff like that. If you got sick and couldn't work, if you got injured and couldn't work, you got into an accident or something like that, or if there was a death in the family, you being a person who's paying dues, they will be able to bury your dad. They would also pay a stipend while you were out of work. So one of the ones that we learned about on the other night on stream was the Supreme Friends or something like that of the world, and they did that. So they charged $1 every quarter, so $4 a year, and you would get paid $5 a week if you were injured and out of work. And adjusted for inflation was like, I don't know, like $100 or something like that. But yeah. So Crystal, since she's like my assistant researcher, so this is what Crystal has to say. She says they pretty much all have the same goal of encouraging Black folks to practice unity, self-reliance, and self-sufficiency. Not one so far was pushing dependency on anything outside of themselves. This is what I'm saying. Like, when it comes down to these orders, it was to manifest their own destiny. It was to promote, hey, as long as we stick together, we don't need anybody else. We can rock out with each other. So I'm glad. And she said, definitely not the government. Okay? The ancient independent order of Moses was centered in the District of Columbia and nearby Maryland. Local newspapers mentioned an entertainment sponsored in the district in 1882 and named Moses leader of Olive Commandery number 1, who marched in the Emancipation Day parades in 1884 and 1886. By the 1890s, tabernacles were also present in both Virginia and Pennsylvania. Annual governing conventions of the National Supreme Grand Lodge usually convened in the District of Columbia, but sometimes met elsewhere. In 1914, for example, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where West Mountain Tabernacle number 50, Goldenrod Tabernacle number 64, and St. Mary Tabernacle number 65 were all reportedly doing well at the time. So this is what I was talking about as far as like the tabernacles. These are all different lodges throughout the country or throughout the region. Okay? Supreme Grand Lodge officers were elected and appointed at annual sessions and included both men and women, as in this list of the 10 men and 10 women serving in the listed offices for 1914. Okay? So officers elected for the ensuing year, you got Grant Conti, Grand Master, Jenny Hughes, she's Grand Vice, George Davis was Grand Deputy, Lottie Brown was Grand Pass Vice, G.C. Neville's Grand High Priest, W.O. Davis, Grand Financial Secretary, Sophie Lias, Grand Recorder. I'm telling you, when it comes down to like the histories and stuff like that, when it comes down to like oral history, I tell y'all, like, Black women, they not gonna forget, bro. They keep it up here. And so I can see why she was the recorder. Right? Louise Lomax, Grand Treasurer. Collins Chloe, Grand Master Arms. Okay. Patsy Lewis, right hand supporter. Helen Martin, left hand supporter. Priscilla Jordan, right-hand conductor. Henrietta Williams, left-hand conductor. George Childs, grand inside sentinel. And William Butler, grand outside sentinel. And then you have the appointed officers and stuff like that. Okay? This is going to be the primary source here. This is where they got that from. You know, we deal with primary sources. Okay? What's the next page? State Grand Lodges responsible for spreading and coordinating local tabernacles were established in Pennsylvania in 1924 to 1925, in Virginia in 1927 to 28. This letterhead lists the officers of the Grand Lodge of Virginia, including Grand Treasurer Thomas C. Tyler, whose earlier appointment as Virginia State Deputy is recorded on the 1919 certificate, also displayed here. So, again, nothing but primary sources here. That was one of the reasons why I like the site. Is that it? No. And these things, you can download them. You can go to the website and download them yourself. This one, I think, was like 38 pages. We're definitely not about to go through all 38 pages. I just wanted to give some overview of all of the ones that we have on here. So Moses groups met regularly and also sponsored publicized social events, as well as annual sermons and other special sermons delivered to one or more local tabernacles by a Baptist or African Episcopal Methodist preacher. Although black fraternal orders were usually autonomous federations, most local lodges established close ties to surrounding churches, sometimes to churches of one denomination, but usually to Baptist, AME, and other Protestant churches. And this is what I was saying. They're intrinsically tied to the black church. They're intrinsically tied to the black church. Okay? So here's some advertisements. It says Mount Zion ME Church, 20th Street, Northwest, Reverend S. Alkin Lewis, pastor, 9 a.m. Sunday school, 11 a.m. communion service, 4 p.m. young people's meeting, 8 p.m. special sermon to the Early Rose Lodge, number 67 of the Ancient Independent Order of Moses in full regalia. In full regalia. This is why I think this is so dope. And I also, y'all be snubbing the black, you Patreon subscribers, okay? Y'all snubbing the black church. We gonna talk about it regardless, but I'm telling y'all sleeping on it, okay? I'm not just gonna be talking about like Shirley Caesar and stuff like that. This is gonna be in hand with the history of the black church, okay? And here we go. Queen of the West Juvenile Class, number 20, Ancient Independent Order of Moses, accompanied by the members of West Mountain Tabernacle number 50 and other lodges, attended divine service last Sunday in a body at the Macedonia Baptist Church on Schaefer Street. Reverend J.H. Robinson preached the sermon. So I'm telling y'all, like, this is deep. This is deep here. This is deep history. So we'll do one more slide. If this slide ain't interesting, we won't move on to the next one. Oh, here we go. The AIO, or Ancient Independent Order of Moses members, wore beautiful badges like this one that belonged to a member in Virginia. Look at this stuff. Is that a menorah? Am I tripping, chat? Is that a menorah right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a menorah. Very interesting. Very interesting there. Let's get out of full page mode. Let's do a few more. That was fire. That was fire. The Afro-American sons and daughters. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hold on, let me check the chat before I move forward. Okay, so let's see. Hold on. We got some good stuff going on in the kick chat. Let's see. Sammy says, I wonder how far back Jack and Jill goes. Very far. Pop says, that's how my parents met. That's fire, Pop. Sammy says you must come from good stock. Sammy says, I swear it feels like there were so many frats founded from 1903 to 1913. Dog, there was so many frats founded from like the late 19th century to, I want to say, the middle of the 20th century. So, yeah. Pop sent to shut them down. Sammy says, Black church historically has some really solid theology. It's not until Marxism started infiltrating that it started getting wonky, in my opinion. That's a fact. Yeah, Pop. And plus the star had 5 points. That's very keen of you there. I might have to dive more into that. That was very interesting. What we got in the Miss Lisa says, do you believe it has something to do with Judah? Could be. I'm not a theologian at all. Or is that what they call it? Yeah, that's a fact, Crystal. She says, you definitely can't deny how foundational and integral the Black church was and is to our history. Like, people don't understand that the Black church was the first place that Black history was taught. The Black church is a hub for Black American, I talk about the ancestral Black American ethos. That's where that stuff starts for real. The Black church. I want to get into like the real crazy names. You know what? Let's go to the Afro-American sons and daughters. Let's see what they was on. So they were founded in mid 20th century, that's not really mid, but the 1920s, in Yazoo City, Mississippi. Thomas Jefferson, Huddleston, Dr. Lloyd T. Miller. I always found it very interesting that a lot of our ancestors were named after the presidents. Like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. Like, they were Black men. His name was like, I'm just picking a name, but it'll be like, Abraham Lincoln Johnson. Like that, that was his name. So yeah, a lot of Black men were named after Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and Thomas Jefferson. Let's see. Let's get into it. The Afro-American Sons and Daughters was founded in 1924 to 1925 in Yazoo City in the Mississippi Delta by Thomas J. Huddleston Sr. And so his pop's name was, his son's name, was named Thomas Jefferson. And Dr. Lloyd T. Miller. Under the motto, let down your bucket where you are. Come on, chat. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that quote? Who said that quote? Come on, give it to me, chat. Who said that? Let's go, Sammy. Let's go. BT Dubs. BT Dubs. Yes, sir. Knuckle Brew says Yazoo City is 1 hour away from my hometown. Salute, salute, salute. Man, y'all look, man. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got me hyped tonight, man. Y'all got me hyped tonight. Let's go. The Afro's favorite collective self-help and promoted virtues of foresight, endurance, and faith. So these were their cardinal virtues. Foresight, thinking ahead, endurance, you feel me? Having the strength to go through it, and faith. G-O-D. They work to build racial solidarity, provide sick and burial benefits, and raise funds for the, quote, first Negro fraternal hospital operated and owned by Negroes in Mississippi. Come on now. Come on now. It was all about self-sufficiency with these groups. All about it. This website is a great resource. And if you guys want to know, it's because it might be a little small. It's African American fraternal orders.org. And it's a dope resource. They provide primary sources and stuff like that. It's super dope. So let's full screen it again. And they got downloadable sources here. First, these are all primary sources here. But anyway, let's go. Next page. Next slide. Y'all got me hyped tonight, chat. I ain't gonna lie, man. I rock with y'all for real, for real. All right, it says, at the height of white supremacy and segregation, the Afro-American Sons and Daughters was based in the Delta counties of Mississippi, a state where more than half of the population was African American. So, that is very interesting because we know from our past studies that 49% of white Americans owned slaves, and then the half of the whole state was black American. Very interesting. Cotton sharecropping dominated, and social life happened in tiny wooden homes, Baptist churches, and fraternal lodges located in towns and rural hamlets. This is the modern map of from the Mississippi Delta National Heritage Area. Portrays 18 counties in the alluvial floodplain. And it says photos of 1930 sharecropping in Scott, Mississippi, Bolivar County, taken by Alfred Eisenstadt for Life magazine. Bolivar County is two facts that I know about Bolivar County. That is where Mount Bayou, Mississippi was founded, and that is where the brother Trey Reed was found hanging from a tree not too long ago this month. So rest in peace to Trey Reed. Here we go. Born in Humphreys County, Mississippi in 1877, Thomas Jefferson Huddleston attended Rusk College and became a teacher, building contractor, and a wealthy real estate investor and philanthropist. Huddleston was also an officer in the Woodmen of the Union, a beneficiary order founded in Mississippi in 1905 that moved its headquarters to Arkansas in 1919. So I told y'all, a lot of these fraternal orders are going to be founded by wealthy men. They're going to be founded by upper middle, upper class black men. Okay? Knowing the power of fraternal organizing, Huddleston guaranteed up front the $1,000 fee required to incorporate the new sons and daughters order, and then worked with Dr. Lloyd Miller to spread lodges and inspire members to pool contributions to cover the incorporation and ongoing dues to support a much needed hospital for blacks. So listen, again, so what year would this be? Let's do 1920, right? Sammy, come on, Sammy. You already know what I need, brother. You already know what I need. 1924, $1,000. 1924, $1,000. What you got for me, Sammy? Sammy is my adjuster for inflation calculator. How much we talking, Sammy? $1,000 in 1924. While he's doing that, let me check the other chat. Miss Lisa says, to Crystal, that's where our foundation was built. That's our moral compass. Facts. Crystal says, I mean, we know how old Tom got down, and also old George, from what I heard. All right, Sammy came back with the number 18,945 adjusted for inflation. Okay? $18,945 adjusted for inflation. That's how much he put up just to get things going. Okay? Let's see. Next slide. What we got? This website is fire. Lloyd T. Miller was born in Natchez, Mississippi in 1874, the son of a horse and mule transportation company owner. So this, y'all see, I'm not bullshitting. These people be coming from money. His father was a business owner. And he was born in 1874. So what do you think his father was doing? What do you think his father was doing? Okay? He graduated from Meharry Medical College, am I saying that right? In Nashville, and moved to Yazoo City in 1893, where he owned a drugstore. Come on now. Established a medical practice in a small infirmary. He participated in the Woodmen Union before teaming up with Huddleston to build the Afro-American Fraternal Order, and then practiced for decades at the Yazoo City Hospital. You dig? So, I want to let y'all know these men be coming from means. They be coming from that bread. His pops was a business owner, more than likely during slavery. Okay, we got some primary sources here. After approval by the state of Mississippi, the charter for the Afro-American Sons and Daughters was published repeatedly, detailing the beneficiary objects of the order for all to see. Let's see what we got. The charter of the charter of incorporation of the Supreme Lodge of Afro-American Sons and Daughters. Let's read this together, y'all. We, the undersigned, desiring to become an incorporated body under the laws of the state of Mississippi, submit the following charter for record in the office of the Secretary of State of Mississippi. 1. The name of the order shall be the Afro-American Sons and Daughters. The objects of the order shall be A, to combine all persons of sound bodily health, exemplary habits, and good moral character between the ages of 3 and 60 years of age into a fraternal, beneficiary, and benevolent order. B, to provide for their relief. C, to provide a hospital for the relief of the sick and disabled members. D, to comfort the sick and cheer the unfortunate members by attentive ministrations in times of sorrow and distress. Man. E, to aid in educating its members in moral, social, and industrial and in intellectual pursuits. F, to own real estate for building necessary offices and for hospital grounds. G, to promote fraternal love and unity. Yeah, why they skip H? They just skipped H. It's fine. I, to create a fund from which, upon reasonable and satisfactory proofs of the death of a beneficiary member who has fully complied with the legal requirements of the order, a sum not exceeding $1,000 shall be paid to the widow, heirs, or legal representatives of the deceased members of the order, as such members shall direct, and to create an endowment fund from which members who have attained the age of 70 years will be paid such portion of their policy as shall be provided for in the bylaws of the order. So I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm saying, man. The ancestors had the answers, man. Man, they had the answers, G. Like, what? Yo, listen, you die, we're going to give you, adjusted for inflation, 20 racks. If you live to 70, you'll get a portion of the endowment just for living. So whether you live or you died, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. Not to mention, we got hospitals, we got real estate, we got aid, we come and preaching to help you. We're going to help you when you're sick. We're going to keep your spirits high. Like, dog, all they wanted to do, all the ancestors wanted to do was look out for the other ancestors, man. When the ancestors got rich, this is what they did with their money. When the ancestors got rich, this is what they did with their money, son. Like, nah, let me give back immediately. Let me put up $1,000, adjusted for inflation, 20 racks, basically, to start my charter. This is not even talking about the building. This is not nothing. This is just to get it incorporated in the state of Mississippi. And then I'm going to team up with my mans. We both got bread. You feel me? We're going to put our money together. We're going to create this fraternal order. And the express object of this fraternal order is just to look out for our members. Period. This is incredible work. We didn't even finish. All right, J, to create a sick and disability fund from which disabled members and sick members shall be paid in accordance with the bylaws of the order and the laws of the state of Mississippi. And K, to create a hospital fund to be used for the erection, and equipment and maintenance of a hospital for the use and benefit of its members. Man, son. Man. Oh, man. This is so inspiring to me, yo. This was in the 1920s, bro. Do you know how recession-proof we would be if Black Americans, by and large, were members of this stuff? You know how recession-proof we would be? What's going on? Pop says, now we got YNs. Knuckle Brew. I think those are handshake emojis. Hotep Alchemist. Hotep, brother, what's going on? And that's what I was about to say. Pop, you hit it on the head. They came up with disability and disability coverage and insurance. That's all these were. These were precursors to banks and insurance companies. That's what these people were. They were the precursors to banks and insurance companies. Because a lot of these fraternal orders would go on to start banks. We know about Maggie Lena Walker. She was a part of, she named it after her fraternal order. It was, what was it, Crystal? Because you just looked it up. The St. Luke, the Independent Order of St. Luke. And then she opened up the St. Luke Pennies and Savings Bank. So that's like literally downstream. Downstream from these fraternal orders are going to be insurance companies and banks, financial institutions. This is what I'm saying, yo. Like, the ancestors had it figured out. This shit is simple. Okay? You don't need to overcomplicate this stuff. We're all human. At the end of the day, no matter what era of human civilization that you go back into, there's going to be somebody that's sick. There's going to be somebody that needs care. There's going to be somebody that has the means to be able to come together and pull their resources together. Like, all of this stuff is just human nature. You want to look out for your own. You want to look out for your own. And that's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Hold on. Okay, next slide. That was fire. And I'm going to let y'all know, they're not unique in that. Pretty much most of the fraternal orders was operating like that. Okay? And look, the last thing too, if you remember the members, before we go here, I'm so hyped, y'all. We gonna rock out. I ain't even tripping. This got me fired up right now. So what was the age for the members? They start at what, 3 years old, they said? It was something, they said 3 to 70 or something like that, right? Am I tripping? Could have swore they said 3 years old to 70. Am I tripping? Let's not forget they talked about education, moral, social, and yo. Oh my goodness, man. Let me go to the next slide before I stay on this slide and lecture for the next 20 minutes. Because, boy, I hope y'all heard everything that I'm saying. This is so inspirational, y'all. This is why I do this stuff, yo. I ain't gonna hold you, son. This is why I be so hype. Oh, man. We got a deep dive on this. I gotta have a nice long scripted video about these people, yo. They going crazy. Here we go. Membership in the Afro-American Sons and Daughters was open to adults under the age of 60 of sound bodily health, exemplary habits, blah, blah, blah. We just read that. Men and women met together in local lodges and served as officers at all levels. Juvenile groups were supervised by female officers. Okay. Members paid dues, death benefit premiums, and annual contributions to the hospital and an education fund. In return, those in good financial standing were entitled to small payments during periods of sickness, various levels of death benefits to survivors, and rights to treatment at the Afro-American Hospital after its founding in 1928. So, in just 4 years' time, okay, they had the hospital built. And that's impressive. That's impressive. 4 years of pooling resources. You got a whole hospital? Come on now. There's certain people that, anyway, 15 years. Let me stop. Local lodge members elected officers and delegates to annual conventions. Along with lodge presidents, the most important local officers were financial secretaries who could earn 10% on fees collected from members and new recruits. Come on. Gotta pay the man. The financial secretaries had to be approved by central Afro officials, I like that name, and made annual reports and remits of money to the grand secretary. About half were women, with the female proportion rising to more than 60% during World War II. So the women was getting paid. You hear me? The women were getting paid. 10% of everything? That's one hell of a commission. 10% of dues. 10% on fees collected from members and new recruits. Because you had We remember when we were talking about the friend one, the Friends of the World, the Supreme Friends of the World of Fraternal Order. They had to pay. Come on now, how much did they have to pay? They had to pay $1 per quarter, but then they had to pay $2.50. I think they had to pay $2.50 up front as a new member, and then $1 every 3 months. So in that case, they rack 10%. When you talking about dozens, hundreds of members, that adds up. That's what's up. That was a good job to have. Officers of the entire order included the Supreme President, Supreme Vice President, and Supreme Custodian, plus the Grand Secretary, the Grand Medical Director, the Grand Marshal, the Grand Chaplain, and others. Man, they had this stuff figured out, man. This is going to be the last slide, and we're going to move on to the next one. Each year, delegates... Oh, that's the same thing. Each year, delegates from Afro lodges traveled to and attended annual conventions with celebrations and business sessions held over several days. Mississippi cities and towns vied to host these gatherings. So you had Yazoo City in 26, 29, 32, 36, 42, 44, 46, 52, 62, 64, 66, and 68. Then you had Greenville in 34, 41, 54. Then you had Greenwood in 33, 38, 43, 49, 56, and 60. Then you had Clarksdale, shout out to Sinners. That's where the movie Sinners takes place. In 28, 40, 45, 55. You had Jackson 35, 39, and 53. Hattiesburg in 30 and 57. Give me a second. Kosciuszko. Is that it? And 31 and 50. Lexington at 27. And look, Mound Bayou in 1937. Okay? So that was dope. This was great. I'm so glad that I found this website. Ooh. Who else we got? These are so fire, man. We did that. Afro-American Mechanics Council of Nashville. Let's see what they was on. 1902, Nashville, Tennessee, by H. Thomas, J.B. Williams, R.B. Woodson, and W.T. Horde. Okay. A beneficiary and charitable fraternal order called the Afro-American Mechanics Council of Nashville was chartered by the state of Tennessee on July 22nd, 1902. The names of the founders and their aims are not known. So who are the names that they just said? Around this time, a whites-only fraternal order called the Junior Order of the United American Mechanics was spread in Nashville and across Tennessee, with its members meeting in councils. Conceivably, the Afro-American Mechanics Council started as an alternative for blacks denied entry to the white group. See? Lemons to lemonade, my baby. That's just how we do it. Lemons to lemonade. We ain't got time to be sitting around complaining, oh, the white man won't let us in. Nah, fuck it. We gonna do our own thing. Okay. I'm checking the chat, y'all. Hotep Memphis. Memphis says still waiting on that school, Dr. Umar. Greenville is where I'm at. Shout out to Knuckle Brew in Mississippi holding it down. Memphis says that's only a few hours away from Memphis. And then Knuckle Brew hits me with Kosciuszko. Why they got the U there then? Okay. Before we move on, let's check the chat. Crystal says the ancestors were really on it, and not one of them complaining about how oppressed they were. They was just grinding and getting it done. They were really unstoppable. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell y'all integration was to stop this shit. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, they wanted integration so they could stop y'all from doing this shit. So they could stop us from doing this shit. Like, this is why. No. Come shop with us. No, come to our schools. We didn't know that if we kept y'all away, y'all was going to build your own shit. We thought y'all was going to be a bunch of wretched people, you feel me, begging us for entry. Like, nah, the ancestors was like, oh, yo, listen. I'm Christian, you Christian. We both on this land. I'm American, you American. Let's do business. Let's rock out. Let's fellowship. And the crackers was like, nah, you a nigga and all this other stuff. We don't rock with the blacks and all this other stuff. They was like, you sure? And they was like, yeah, we're good. Arms folded and all this other stuff. And the ancestors was like, all right, bet. We're gonna do our own thing over here. We're gonna just build like, so y'all call them councils, right? Yeah, we call them councils. I bet. Now we have the Afro-American Mechanics Councils. Same state, same city. Thanks. Like, it's fine. We'll take it from here. This is why they wanted to integrate. I want y'all to notice. Integration was to stop economic competition between black Americans and white Americans. Period. They wanted y'all to send y'all money and spend y'all money in their businesses, in their institutions, in their establishments. Period. The one about the greater good of American unity, they did not want to compete. And now if you look at black Americans today, just think about the foresight that the ancestors had. Think about the foresight that they had. They were like, yo, black Americans spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans spend a lot of money amongst themselves. They don't want to lose that. They don't want to lose that. They want that money. You know what I'm saying? They were cool when, you know, you're begging to get on the train and all of that other, like, dog, nah, we're good. As long as my constitutional rights are being upheld and all of the, you know, the rights that I have as an American citizen, we Gucci. We're absolutely fine. Just stay out of our way. The only thing the ancestors wanted was for these people to stay out of their way. Don't do anything judicially, financially, systematically to impede on our abilities to grow. But we got it. We'll take care of our sick. We'll take care of our young. We'll take care of our uneducated. We'll take care of everything. We'll even take care of our criminals. Bass Reeves, right? We'll take care of our own in all aspects, good, bad, or indifferent. We got it. Just stay out of our way. We build our own towns. We'll do our own thing. Do not trip. But here comes Sears. Like, no. We got a mail catalog. And all you got to do, you don't even got to come into our store. We'll mail it to you. Because they saw them black dollars was circulating in black America. They saw that these people were coming together every year. Because you got to remember, around this time, the National Negro Business League is happening around the year, around the year and around the country. The National Negro Business League was created in 1900 in Boston, Massachusetts. By the time it's 1920s, they in full swing. Booker T. Washington died in 1915. And just so y'all know that the legacy is brolic, the National Negro Business League still has yearly conventions to this day. As a matter of fact, they celebrated this year their 125th year anniversary. That's a fact. So again, if y'all now, I think tonight and all of the other nights, you'll see the relevance in 2025. But tonight should really paint the picture of why I go so hard with Hotep history. Because we still got sick people. We still got uneducated people. Okay, we still need people. We still have people that need, you know, death benefits and stuff like that. Like, all of that stuff is extremely important even to this day. And the ancestors was like, yeah, we got it. Late 19th century shit. Soon as we get off the plantation. Before. These mutual aid societies were popping in the 1600s. Look up the Free African Society and see how far that shit go back. Look at the Prince Hall Freemasonry and how far that goes back. You feel me? Yeah, Sammy, let me show you. Yeah. Let me show you. Let me show y'all. We're going to take a little detour. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let me show y'all. It's called the National Business League, of course. But yeah. Yep. Right here. Still going on to this very day. Look at that. Founded by Dr. Booker T. Washington, August 23rd, 1900. The 125th. Still got chapters. Still can become a member. You dig? 100%. 100. The nation's first black business organization in the United States of America. And this predates the Chamber of Commerce, by the way. This predates the United States Chamber of Commerce. You understand? They just celebrated their 125th National Business League Conference. Just a month ago. Real life. Real life. What that say? Conference sold out. I remember the last headline that I read about them, because I did a video on the National Negro Business League, is that they secured like $100 million in funding. Let me. Here it is. Yep. That's the president right there. He's the president of the National Business League today. He's a historian as well. National Business League program surpasses $100 million in secure contracts for black businesses. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. The ancestors did not miss. They just simply did not, fam. They didn't. Because it wasn't. Just think about it. How many distractions did a nigga have in 1890, bro? How many distractions did somebody have in 1910? It's nothing but blinders on. It's nothing but the eye on the prize, Jack. That's what we on. That's what we on. This website is crazy. Let's get back to it. Oh. I was about to give up some sauce. Oh, before we get to it, let me see if let me check the chat. Where's my cursor at? There we go. I just learned what Knuckle Bruce says. I just learned what mutual aid societies was like a month ago. Sammy says, bruh, they copy and pasted everything from the FBAs. I'm trying to tell you, bro. And Sammy African, he give it up. Like, he give respect when it's due. All right, so let's get into it. Wait, why we go back? What happened? Wait, did I rant off of that whole time, off of that one slide? Oh, man. We rocking tonight. I don't care. There we go. Men enrolled in the Afro-American mechanics met in councils. Women met in temples. Okay. The order provided mutual aid and funeral benefits to dues-paying members. As you can see, a through line. You put in, you get put, you know what I'm saying? You get stuff, what is it? You get, come on, y'all. I'm a little sleepy. What you put in is what you get out. Something like that. In good, out good, like whatever it is. Anyway, Afro Mechanics Council number 1 in Nashville was the first chapter. The number and locations of additional chapters are unknown. Okay. For some years, the Afro-American mechanics held Supreme Grand Lodge conventions to handle governance and elect high officers, including the Supreme Grand Master and Supreme Grand Princess. Ooh. Here we go. Let's look at this. This is the top front side of badge from the Afro-American Mechanics Council. Male and female shaking hands on the pin bar. Missing here, the emblem of the order originally dangled from the cream ribbon with cross U.S. flags. Again, so when they try to tell you that the ancestors weren't patriotic, you can tell them to shut the hell up. They don't know what they're talking about. Our ancestors were the most patriotic. Because despite the slavery, despite the black codes, despite, all of the discrimination and stuff, we still flying the flag. We are the most American. You get it? And then look, black men and black women shaking hands. No gender wars. None of that. No gender war bullshit. No, black men need to and black women need to. Nah, none of that bullshit. We in this together. Unity. You dig? Fire. That's what the ancestors stood on. None of that gender war bullshit. We called out each other princesses and kings and all of that fire stuff. Let's see what we got here. In the winter of 1907, the Supreme Grand Lodge of the Afro-American Mechanics Council met for 3 days in Golston Hall in Columbia, near Nashville. In addition to conducting regular business, the mechanics delegates heard the annual sermon preached by Reverend Luckett of Nashville. Many groups of African Americans met in Golston Hall, including lodges of the Prince Hall Masons and the Grand United Order of Odd Fellows. The hall was named for Reverend Isaiah Galston, born a slave and later pastor of the Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Columbia, whose congregation worshiped for a time in the same building. Again, like this with the church. Like this with the church. Okay? Oh, man. This is fire. I'm so inspired right now, y'all. I can't tell y'all enough how inspired I am. Oh, this is another. Oh, this is an in memoriam badge or banner or ribbon. Negroes claim, this is the headline. Negroes claim coffin money was squandered. Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh. Suit brought against officials of, drama. We about to get into some drama chat. Hold on. By the time the 1911 Supreme Grand Lodge met in Nashville, the 9-year-old Afro-American Mechanics Council around about 8,000 members. Yeah. But at that session, Supreme Master H. Thomas announced an end to regular re-elections for his post in other top offices. Uh-oh. It's giving Trump 2020 it's giving Trump 2028. By 1916, membership had plummeted to less than 100, and 15 remaining members filed a complaint at Chancery Court charging that the ensconced officials had, quote, gone to different lodges and temples to gather up fees and ostensible burial funds that they then quote, squandered. Petitioners asked for the corrupt supreme officers to be removed and barred from membership, quote, for a period of 99 years. Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go, Jack. We don't like the way you're handling business, Jack. You got to go. We don't like it. There's a lot of corruption on it's a lot of corruption on the bridge. We can't deal with that. See, we still, listen. Oh, man. That's crazy. Oh, man. Okay, how did is the next slide going to let me know what happened? Apparently, the 1916 complaint to the Chancery Court was successful because a little over a year later, in May 1917, the Afro-American Mechanics Council of Nashville was reorganized under new leadership. They was under new management. Hopes for the future were reportedly high, but we do not know whether revival and further growth actually happened in Nashville or beyond. After the 1917 reorganization, the Afro-American Mechanics Council does not appear in currently accessible public reports or news stories. Ooh, see what happens when you do bad by the people? You get fucked over every time. You out. You get the boot. You gets the boot. Let me check the chat. This was crazy. Oh, they having a little powwow here about Mississippi and Memphis. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have that. That's all good. Sammy says elections. What elections? Pop says FBA remains the most patriotic. I mean, listen, man, Black Americans, we love where we from, man. We love where we from. We done killed and died on this soil, man, more than anybody. So we have the right. We have the right. Man. We smoking stuff tonight, y'all. I want to go through all of them. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm trying to find the ones that's like the names pop out, like the Ancient Order of Foresters. Okay, and this one was late 19th century. I like when we go back. All right. Let me check the other chat. It says, Miss Lisa says, "Oh, just imagine if you do what our ancestors did. We are amazing people. I'm truly blown away." I'm trying to tell you, Miss Lisa, it's lit over. It's different over here at Hotep History, man. They don't tell you this shit at school. You feel me? They're not gonna tell you this shit in history class. Hell no. Okay. All right. All right. We gonna read this. I just want to do a little bit. I'll make sure I'm checking. We got a lot more people in here. Shout out to y'all if y'all just joining. Shout out to y'all if y'all just joining. You know what I mean? I was wondering, like, yo, if I just kept streaming for like mad hours, like, how many more people will come through? You know what I'm saying? How many more people will come through? But anyway, let's go. The 50th anniversary of the emancipation was celebrated at 1915 Chicago exhibition, and the souvenir album pictured displays from the Black fraternal orders. Along with 3 booths run by very large orders, a 4th featured the much smaller Ancient Order of Foresters. Why was that group included? The Ancient Order of Foresters started in England and spread to Britain's a multiracial empire. Hold on, is this American? Make sure it's okay. That's all right. So I want to make sure. You know, shout out to Britain, but we don't give a fuck. In 1889, most U.S. lodges broke away to create a whites-only order, while a minority remained loyal and continued to include persons of color. Oh, so it originates in England. The American crackers was like, oh, no, we want our own orders and stuff like that. And, okay. So are they saying that okay, so they're saying like the original groups in England, these original orders in England were a lot more multiracial. Very interesting. Newspapers across the country covered the Forester fight and schism. So African Americans knew this remarkable story and had a good reason to include the Ancient Order in the 1915 Lincoln Jubilee. Okay. Okay, hold on. Well, okay, let's just learn it. Let's just learn it, because I see England and I just immediately like whatever. But anyway, around 1813, in Yorkshire, England, a mutual aid court affiliated with the Royal Order of Foresters was established in Knaresborough, a quote, pleasant town just on the northern border of the old Sherwood Forest. Okay, Royal Forester courts spread quickly, yet starting in 1834, with stirrings of democracy increasingly in the air in early industrializing England, many broke away to form the Ancient Order of Foresters, in whose highly autonomous local courts, quote, all matters of moment were voted upon. Only later did a representative high court and intermediate districts emerged to govern the ancient foresters as a whole and help establish sustainable benefits and financial practices. Paying sick and funeral benefits for the members' dues, the Ancient Order of Foresters touted the virtues of their virtues, unity, benevolence, and charity, and enacted rituals based upon beloved folk stories about Robin Hood, Little John, Friar Tuck, Maid Marian, and their Sherwood Forest dwelling comrades. Foresters saw themselves as the modern descendants of this merry band, fighting injustice and cooperating to support one another and help the needy. All right, when did the niggas get involved, huh? When did the black Americans get involved? Huh? Listen, gang. All right. Because this is all like, it's, you can screenshot it and read it at your own time. It's already a quarter to 11, so we're trying to get to the meat and potatoes here. It was whites only in 1888 to 89. After 1889, a minority of U.S. Ancient Order courts remained loyal to English-centered foresters and continued to include non-white members in court. So, all right, so Okay. Where are the ancestors at, bro? Very nice. Very nice. These are nice. Where the ancestors at, bro? I ain't gonna lie, chat. They're not giving me what I'm looking for. They're not giving. They got one more slide and I'm out of here. Yeah. Hold on, wait. One provision gestured to the multiracial composition of the worldwide order by specifying duties to colored members. All right, so what do we have? We have in our order courts. Excuse me. We have in our order courts composed of colored persons. If any member of those courts should apply for admission as a visitor to any other court, he is, as a matter of strict right, entitled to admission upon giving the proper alarm, password, etc., as in the case of white members. Any court refusing to admit such colored visitors will be liable to a fine or suspension. All right, respect. That earned one more slide, but I'm not seeing. Okay, before the U.S. Subsidiary High Court was chartered, an African American lodge in New Orleans called Court New Light Number 5667 was organized in 1872 and a year later proudly advertised to attract new members. Okay. Court New Light had been properly credentialed by the nearest Forester District in Ohio under the English High Court. Notified later, fledgling U.S. officials congratulated themselves on the introduction of their order into the sunny South, until they learned that the new members represented as being leading citizens of New Orleans were Negroes as blacks in color as Erebus. Not gonna lie, gang, this one's a little boring. We're gonna try another one, gang. This one was a lot of white people, you know? Not gonna lie. A little boring. Let's see. Knuckle Bruce says the US going to be sick when AI starts corroborating the lessons of Hotep history. Yo, listen, man. That's the plan, man. Listen, I appreciate being underground and stuff like that. Like, my favorite rapper is an underground rapper, and he's a multi-millionaire. He don't care about Grammys, Billboard charting, or none of that stuff. And so I do take pride in being an underground historian and stuff like that. But I don't want any of this stuff to get lost to time. That's my main thing. My main thing is that I'm not trying to have this be lost to time. All right, so let's do. Did we do American Knights of Freedom? Did we do American Knights of Freedom? Okay, we still okay. Late 19th century. That's what I like. Okay, distinctive black order. Thank God. All right. The American Knights of Freedom was launched in 1876 in Little Rock, Arkansas, where the first lodge, St. Paul's No. 1, was chartered on June 26, 1877. Okay. Shout out to that. What's this? Okay, another ribbon. Ribbon. All right. In the words and spelling of the St. Paul Charter signed by the 29 founding members. Whew. I ain't gonna lie, when the ancestors couldn't spell, boy, they was struggling. They was doing their best, though. They were doing their best. American citizens, look how they spell citizens, have agreed that we would organize a society following the principles on which rests our national government chief, among which are free education and equal religious, political, and civil rights to all men. This was in 1870 something. Our intention is to take care of all of the calm in our ranks, in sickness, in health, in poverty, or whenever called to their assistance by our hailing cry of distress, our designs is religious to do all of the good we can and as little harm as possible. All persons applying for membership shall be endorsed by 2 members of this order, and the initiated yeah, that's yeah, I'm gonna say initiated fees shall be $2.50. Monthly dues 25 cents. This was in 1877. Sam, what we got? $2.50 in 1877. What we got? How much is that? No, Sam gonna hold me down every time. $2.50 in 18. Excuse me, yeah. $2.50 in 1877. I'm gonna keep reading while he's getting that for us. Okay. That we not make any man that is drunk or gambler, no thief, no or robber, no man with two wives, nor that is in any way hostile to the working men of the nation. That this society consists of the ladies' ladies' interests. Okay, that this society consists of the ladies' entrance. I want to say they meant interest. Yet no lady can join except the wife or mother, daughter, or sister, or mother, daughter of sister of the brothers of the knights. So you had to be related to one of the men. Did Sam come back with the number yet? That's $76.92. Okay, adjusted for inflation. Okay. Although badges were not elaborate, members of the American Knights of Freedom took pride in the right to wear them along with other official regalia. That was another thing too. Like, they are clearly hyped to rock these badges. They were hyped to rock these badges, and like I'm just picturing, just leagues and leagues of black men and women with these badges on, being like, "Yeah, I'm an American Knight of Freedom." As you can see, big patriotic, red, white, and blue. As the St. Paul Charter spelled out, quote, all members of this order must wear the same badge. The Grand Master shall select all badges, regalias, and implements for the benefit of this order of the brothers of the Knight of Freedom. Listen, ancestor, you gotta find the person who got the best grammar. Okay, you gotta find the smartest one in your crew and let him do all of the spelling. All members. I'm just saying, yo. I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad. This is fresh off the plantation. I'm not mad. Slavery was just ended a little over a decade. You feel me? We talking what? 12 years after slavery was abolished. So I get it. Give him some grace. You feel me? I'm just saying, find the person. This probably was the person with the best grammar. I ain't ever gonna hold you. Here we go. All members expelled from this society shall be divested of the badge and regalia and all other implements belonging to the order, and shall not be allowed to wear them until he gives satisfaction to the charge that is against him, at the same time improving himself. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed with myself being able to pick up what they're putting down. I am gonna say that. So yeah, they would strip you of your badge if you was on bullshit. I ain't mad at that. Okay. Did it go to the next page? What's up? All right. Okay. Second birthday celebration and parade in Little Rock. Okay. By 1879, American Knights of Freedom included 15 lodges from Arkadelphia, Malvern. Is that a real place? Arkadelphia? Hold on. Arkadelphia? Really? Arkadelphia. Heard you. Okay. Was it in Clark County, Arkansas? All right, whatever. No judgments here. Arkadelphia, Malvern, Hot Springs, Jacksonsport, Richmond Hill, and other places in Arkansas beyond the home base in Little Rock. Delegates from all of them attended the Grand Lodge meeting where new statewide officers were elected. Quote, in the evening after the parade and all business was over, they adjourned to O'Hara's Hall, where they finished up the celebration with a grand festival at which all of the ladies of color and the gentlemen exquisites participated. They certainly had a grand, glorious, jolly, pause, and happy time of it all. Let me not play. They certainly had a grand, glorious, jolly, gay, and happy time of it all. We certainly wished of them many happy returns of their anniversary. Okay. What else y'all was doing though? So y'all meet every year and all of that to come up with who you gonna elect and stuff like that. Okay. We got more. We got some more drama. We got more drama. We got more drama. Here we go. After a strong start after 1877, the growth of the American Knights of Freedom may have been undercut in the 1880s and 1890s by factional fights and leadership disputes. In 1888, descendants in 2 lodges out of the 4 in Little Rock challenged the order's leaders and threatened to set up their own version under the same name. Oh no, not the splintering. Come on, ancestors, we can't splinter up. You know that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to divide and conquer us, man. They're trying to divide and conquer us. Let's not get into that. All right, 1897, the original set of leaders brought a legal case against the new ones they claim had usurped the order's name, quote, started a lodge of their own, and stolen ritual goods, namely, quote, the coffin, goat, battle axe, paraphernalia, etc. of the parent lodge. See, that's another thing that we got to get into. Crystal, did you send me anything that had anything to do with the rituals? Let me know. Crystal says, don't do the ancestors like that. We be misspelling and mispronouncing words in 2025, and we got technology. That's a fact. Wednesday stream, jeez Louise, boy, I was misspelling some words. I mean, I was mispronouncing some words. But yeah, Crystal, I know it's a little bit of a delay, but did you find any rituals in your studies? I mean, I want to look myself, but I ain't trying to pause the stream. But it's fine. I'm gonna do a quick little cursory look. Sorry, y'all. I hate to be quiet about this, but I'm doing a little bit of reading. Crystal done sent me a whole bunch. Did they have anything about the rituals? Rituals. Oh, wow. I did not know she sent this much stuff. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I got to go through all of this stuff. Yes, here we go. We got a ritual book right here. Yep. Hold on, let me bring that on over to y'all screen. I want to check what these rituals is about. You dig? Ritual and Degree Book of the United Brothers of Friendship, containing forms and ceremonies of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and 4th degrees. Okay. Let's zoom in on it. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get into the rituals, huh? Order of business, opening ceremonies, role of officers called and vacancies filled, a reading of minutes and approval, blah, blah, blah. Instruction to master and deputies. No strange visitor shall be allowed to enter the lodge on password alone, but he must be first tested in the general test work and reported to the lodge as having given satisfactory proof of his title to admission. However, visiting brothers may be admitted on their financial or traveling card, but in some way they must establish their identity with the order. Okay, a united brother of civil law, supreme and subordinate. A united brother of fellowship, excuse me, a united brother of friendship is to be a peaceable subject to the civil power wherever he resides, and is never to be concerned in plots and conspiracies against the peace and welfare of the government. This I know, like when niggas be getting into their conspiracy bag, like, oh yeah, the Freemasons and stuff like that. It's like, yo, bro, like they make it very clear that they like, nah, so we obey the law and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see the rituals. Ooh, here we go. You know, I get excited when I see stars and triangles. Let's see. Ritual, opening exercises. Here we go. What we got? Let's get into it. Worthy Master gives one rap, which is like a speech. It's funny that they say rap, but members rise, brethren. We are about to open the lodge in the blank degree. Officers and members will clothe themselves in the regalia of this degree. Waits until regalia are on and says, resume your respective positions. One rap, members take their seats. Worthy Master, that's what WM stands for. The supporters will see that the sentinels are in their proper places, that the approaches to our lodge are duly guarded, and that all brethren are qualified to sit with us during our meeting, reporting the same. Supporters, this is the callback. Worthy Master, we find the approaches to our lodge room duly guarded, sentinels in their proper places, and all brethren qualified to sit with us. Worthy Master says, Deputy Master, what is your duty in the lodge? Deputy Master says, my duty is to assist you in preserving order, allow none to enter or retire during the opening, closing, or initiatory ceremonies unless directed by you, to have charge of the anteroom of this lodge, and in connection with the sentinels, enforce the rules of the order in relation to the same. Worthy Master says, Secretary, state your duty. Worthy Secretary, my duty is to keep a correct record of proceedings of the meetings of this lodge, to keep just and true accounts between this lodge and myself, and pay all money received to the treasurer. Treasurer, state your duty. Treasurer, to receive all money of the lodge and to pay the same only on the order of the worthy master and secretary. Okay? I'm trying to, so that's the call and response. Motherfuckers is getting their orders in order. All right, you got the opening ode. Almighty God, to thee will sing. Thou art our ruler and our king. Thou God of love, give us the proof in justice, mercy, and in truth. Grand Master of the lodge above, descend and fill our hearts with love. Be with us in old age and youth, in justice, mercy, and in truth. Then let thy presence with us meet, and make the bond of love complete. Our brotherhood will have new growth in justice, mercy, and truth. That didn't quite rhyme, but it's cool. United Brothers signs United Brothers signs will give, acknowledged by us while we live. We'll keep the password and the proof in justice, mercy, and in truth. Okay, let's get. I want to get into like, well, you know what I'm saying? Are we slicing palms? What are we doing? Are we getting into some, you know what I'm saying? We getting crazy? Signs of the first degree are given 3 times while singing the last verse commencing with the word united. I now declare this lodge of UBF, United Brother, I forgot what it's called. My memory's crazy. For the transaction of business, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm trying to get to the nitty gritty. What's up? Supporters will now collect the regalias and property of the lodge and deposit them in their proper places. I now declare this lodge closed in blank degree to meet again on blank, if not sooner, and call together. Benediction, the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, keep your hearts and minds and knowledge and the love of God and his blessings remain in you always. Amen. That's a fact. All right, so I guess we're not slicing hands or we're not going into anything crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta keep talking. Sorry. But yeah, like I'm not seeing nothing crazy. This is just the rituals for their thing. Now, don't get it fucked up. So when I was doing my research on the Divine Nine, I found a bunch of their ritual books and stuff like that. And in their ritual books, you can see that it was meant for just the members, but they also kept in mind the possibility of this book actually being, seen by the public. You feel me? So they kept reiterating, hey, we don't do any hazing, we don't whip anybody, we don't abuse anybody, we don't beat anybody. But, you know, we know they do. Let's keep it 100. Rest in peace, Caleb Wilson. Installation of officers. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, chat. This may just be how, some vanilla stuff. Like they was in regular. You know what I'm saying? Miss Lisa asks, Sentinels, why call themselves that name back then? That was just one of the names that they called themselves, because like a lot of the other orders, like they had different worthy master, deputy this, and secretary that, treasurer and stuff like that. Sentinels was just another one of those terms or titles that they used in that regard. So this is all about electing somebody in the office, the regalia. Hold on, Israel. Hold on. Let me step back a second. Let's step back a sec. Oh, they talking about. Oh, they talking about Israel or the Bible, not the state of Israel. Okay, that's fine. These are the different degrees of regalia that they have. Oh, let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. 9 things brothers will not be sorry for. Hold on, let's read that in a second, but let's get to the top of the page. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. Let's get back to regalia. 9 things brothers will not be sorry for. 1, for hearing before judging. 2, for thinking before speaking. 3, for holding an angry tongue. Okay. 4, for stopping the ear of a tattler. Okay. 5, for being kind to the distressed. 6, for giving alms to the poor. 7, for being patient with all. 8, for asking pardon for wrong. And 9, for speaking evil of no man. Okay. Righteous. Oh, it's 11 o'clock, y'all. Yo, listen. Make sure y'all subscribing to all of the things. Patreon, Kick, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me on Twitter. Make sure this is all. Look, we read the primary sources. Your history teacher is not reading. When was this book even published? Probably like 18 something, 19th century. Had to be 19th century. Your history teacher is not teaching you this. Yeah, 1894, Jack. Okay? 1894. Your history teacher is not teaching you this. Show me some love. Okay? I care. Shout out to Crystal for the research. This was good stuff. Let's see. Initiatory ceremony for the first or white degree. Let's see. Let's do this. Go to this questions. Question: do you sincerely declare upon your honor before the witnesses that you are prompted to solicit the privileges of this order by a favorable opinion? Answer: I do. Do you believe in a supreme being? Answer: I do. Will you cheerfully conform to all of the work of this order? Answer: I will. Okay. Straightforward. I want to. Do they got hand signs at least? I know they're going to say all of these I solemnly swear or solemnly promise, excuse me. But I want to see, do they got any hand signs? I hope I don't get in trouble for this picture on YouTube. Okay, this is just what's required of them. First degree, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think we get into it. Here we go. The grip is then given of the first degree. Clasp hands in the ordinary way. Place thumbs along the side of each other. Press lightly with the thumb each. Press lightly with the thumb each one time. Shake once. Okay. Should you visit this or any other lodge it is in session, you will approach the outer door and give an ordinary rap. Okay. You see, look. It says, when the wicket is raised and whisper the quarterly password. So they changed it every quarter, which I will now give you, which is asterisk, 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 asterisk. Like, there's like, yeah, like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? When admitted, you will then advance to the inner door and give asterisk, asterisk. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Now we getting somewhere. Well, I'm not gonna say we getting somewhere. We've been getting somewhere the whole time. All right, let's get into the symbolism. See, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Hotep Nation might be. we might have to. We might have to go a little bit crazy. We might have to revamp some things. You feel me? Let's see. What is a triangle? Answer: a figure bounded by 3 lines and containing 3 corners. Question: for what purpose is it used? For what purpose is it used by the UBF? Answer: the 3 points allude to the 3 principal virtues of our order: justice, mercy, and truth. And the lines direct us to the principles of unity, brotherly love, and friendship. The watchful eye. We are taught to have the eye of an eagle to discern sin at a far distance and flee from it as from deadly poison. And as swift as an eagle, we should be ready to fly to rescue a brother from danger. The grace reminds us that death will, sooner or later, overtake all of us. Then let us prepare to meet in the grand assemblage above. Wait. For the first degree, the following properties are needed. Green fire used at the Valley of Death. Oh, they tell you how to make green fire for real. Okay. Yo, this is dope. This was a dope find right here. Okay. All right. Let me check the chat. I've been neglecting the Kick chat. Let's see what Kick got to say. They've been kicking back probably. No pun. Okay, Pop says this ritual is similar to how Greek letter organizations operate. Pop. This is where they got it from. You dig? This is where them D9 niggas got it from, G. They get it from the ancestors. Understand that. My boy Rashad, what's the word? County boy? Yeah, we ain't going deep into the rituals of the brotherly of the Black American secret societies, bro. We doing rituals and shit in here now. You initiated just by joining the chat. You initiated. you a first degree. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the next page. All right. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. I know that song. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Okay. So they big on the Christian. They big on the Christian. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to see what they. No. Oh, what happened? I jumped ahead too far. Jeez Louise. We back. We bike. All right. Oh, what's going on now? What's going on now? Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Gotta make sure that I'm doing the right thing, like Spike Lee. All right. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay, next page. No, no song. I want to know the what the grip is. Pause. What we doing for the second degree? Wait, did I skip it? Did I skip it? Okay. I think we okay. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. We here. We here. This is what the second degree got to do. This is what the second degree got to do. So the brethren representing the non-principles should be masked and armed with different implements of warfare, etc. But by no means must the candidate be harmed with them. 9 brothers station themselves several steps apart in a row, and as the candidate is advanced, each one gives him his part. Number 1 says to candidate, "You will never be sorry for the hearing. You will never be sorry for hearing before judging." So they go through the 9. Okay, so they go through the 9 things that no brother should be able to apologize for. Okay, so it says you will never be sorry for hearing before judging. Pull candidate's ear slightly and say, "Pass on." Number 2, you will never be sorry for thinking before speaking. Tap candidate lightly on the forehead with the ends of. I did that. So I did that, and not even reading it. With the ends, excuse me, on the forehead with the ends of fingers and say, "Pass on." Number 3, you will never be sorry for holding any angry tongue. Slap gently on the candidate's lips. Say, "Hold your tongue," and go on. Number 4, always stop the ear of a tattler. Place the open hand. No, excuse me. Place the open hands over candidates' ears. Lift them and say, "Listen not to tattlers, to the snitches." You feel me? What else? What else? What else? Number 5, be kind to the distressed. Strike candidate with open hand on heart and say, "Keep within a pure heart. Journey on." Number 6, always give alms to the poor. Candidate is required to give something as a token of charity and pass on. Number 7, be patient with all. Candidate is seated for a moment and is caused to lean forward with elbows on his knees, resting chin in both hands, and is then lifted quickly up and then say, "Pass on." Number 8, you will never be sorry for asking pardon when you have done wrong, so kneel and ask for pardon. Slap in breast once, pass on, my friend, on your knees. Lastly, number 9, speak evil of no man, and more especially of a brother or sister. Do you promise that you will keep all of these 9 principles sacred and inviolate with your heart? Answer, "I will," blah, blah, blah. Okay. Got it. Then the lecture happens. No, yo, Rashad, you need to come through to the podcast tomorrow, bro. Okay, we're gonna go to yeah, that's it. That's it. That's for the second degree. That's for the second degree. Listen, y'all, I told y'all. This is what, and so they got blue fire for the second degree. Okay. So we gonna go right to the initiation part. You feel me? Make sure y'all reposting the stream too. Make sure y'all reposting the stream. All right. Third degree sign of distress. Okay, hold on. Raise right hand and put the end of the first 3 fingers against the forehead. So the first 3 fingers from what side though? Like this? Or like this? Like, damn, I can't even do it. Or like this. Am I supposed to do it like this? Third degree. First fingers across the forehead and let the hand fall to the side Place the end of the fingers on both hands together, and then raise them as high as the forehead and about 6 inches in front. Open out arms and let them fall to the side. Hotep to the Hoteps in the chat. Who done retweeted this? We got new people coming in. You should have been here. We've been rocking since 8:30. But better late than never. I was a little late today, so it's all good. Hotep. You know what I'm saying? Let me check the chat because I'm sitting here doing rituals. I'm doing rituals on chat, on stream. Oh no. Let's see. Sammy says knife to neck and bowel type ish. They was hip to the game. That's a song. Sammy also says this is why Devon Nine made Pastor Jamal Bryant apologize for insulting Kevin Samuels. Bro, I have no idea what you talking about there, bro. Have already. I don't know who's Pastor Jamal Bryant. Don't even tell me. I mean, you could tell me, but we rocking with the ancestors right now. You feel me? I love to see new faces. in here, man. So shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and reposting. Subscribe to all of the things up here above me. Patreon, Kick, YouTube, Instagram, all of that stuff. Tap in with me. Daily posts on Instagram. Daily posts on TikTok. Okay? We're going to get to a point to where we daily posting on Patreon too. It's like out of 7 days, I think I post about 4 or 5. So we almost there. All right. Okay. So clasp 2 hands, bring them up and rest on the top of the clasp the 2 hands, bring them up, rest on the top of add in second or two, and then let them fall to the sides. Raise left hand, place fingers over both eyes as if you were sleeping, and let the hand fall to the side. All right. Oh man, this is incredible. Okay. So now we go to the lecture of the 3rd degree. So as you go up in degree, it seems like your ceremony is shorter. Okay, closing signs of the 3rd degree. Raise right hand in front of face, fingers as if holding something, like this. Hey, yo. Roll the hand forward and down to the side, face to the right, back to the front. Raise right hand over heart. Place it in left, clasp both hands and carry them to the left hip, and then right hip, then to front, and then fall to the side. Brother. Okay, Aket says Kevin Samuel was killed and Jamal Bryant to Eddie Long as pastor and GA. They are not relevant. That's crazy. I did not know all of that. That's wicked. All right. Uh-oh. Hold on. We might get to the password, y'all. So they had A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and then you got 9, right bracket, 4, 6, 5, 7, 2. Oh. Somebody got to decode this. We got any decoders in here? How do you decode? We got to decode this. So this is the key to passwords. So I guess you use these. You feel me? This is crazy. This was bugged out. Chat. We gonna do this video. Will be on Patreon. Like I'm gonna do a scripted video, and we gonna somehow we gonna dive deep into all of this stuff. I got a whole bunch of research that I gotta do, but this was incredible. We can't end the stream without learning the fourth degree though. We gotta learn the fourth degree. You feel me? We gotta learn the fourth degree. I'm pretty sure y'all agree with that. Okay. So Sammy says Pastor Jamal Bryan started the boycott against Target, most recent attribution. But when Kevin Samuel was doing the same, Bryan insults him from the pulpit. The part about speaking no evil of another member got me thinking about that. Okay, Bryan frat force. Oh, okay. I got you. Yo, I'm telling you, Sammy, no pictures. I was tight. Okay. Okay. Encryption. Got you, Sammy. Yo, Sammy, man, you got, especially because you be getting fucked over by the mods, the AI mods. You need to become a mod, bro. If you can dedicate Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. to, let's just say midnight sometimes. But it's usually no later than really 11 o'clock, bro. Like, I would love to have you be a mod, bro. You here every stream. I think you'd be a great mod. Get them bots out of here. But anyway, let's get to the fourth degree so we can get up out of here. All right. We already know about all of this stuff. And this is the quarterly password. See, they got different ones for different people, bro. We got to get to the bottom of this. I got to see. Hold on. Let's get to. What we doing? Hold on. I see diagrams. My eyes perk up. Like, whoa. We got diagrams? What the hell does this mean? The diagram of past Masters Council. What does these numbers mean, yo? See, the ancestors was doing what the ancestors was going a little bit crazy, man. Let's get to. I want to get to how they. Yeah, here we go. How I need to see how the fourth degree be clasping hands and all that. You feel me? They got a lot of songs, okay? A lot of odes. Why y'all ain't remind me to spit my gum out? I've been chewing gum the entire stream. It's all good. Yeah, y'all ain't seem to have a problem with it. Shit, my nigga HJ be eating a whole plate of food on stream, son. I be like, what the fuck, bro? All right. Okay, here we go. Here we got some signs, y'all. Here we go. Place the end of thumbs together. Bring up the hands to the throat. And meet at the end of the fingers to the back of the neck. So I got to do this to the back of the neck and let the hands fall to the side, which remains hanging by a rope. Answer. Raise left hand with the fingers closed and the thumb sticking up. Place thumb against the center of the stomach. Draw the thumb from the center to the left hip and then let the hand fall to the side, which alludes to the penalty of your obligation. Oh, that's supposed to be like a sword. Like, you know how motherfuckers be like this and shit like that when it comes to like, you know what I mean? They were saying that shit like, so a motherfucker do this shit, that's going to be the shit to be like, this represents hanging by a rope. Crazy. And then you do this shit, you slice your stomach open. Wow. Okay. Cross hands over the breast with fingers straightened out stiff as though you were laid out and let the hands fall to the side. Place both hands with the palms against the back of your head and throw your head slightly back as though you were about to lie down and let the hands fall to the side. Meaning of sign and answer refers to that part of obligation that says, may my hands be folded across my breast and my body lowered into the grave. So that was on some Dracula shit. Like, okay, got you. Oh, wait, they gave us the password. You will then approach the inner door and give blank, blank, blank. And when the wicket is raised, you will whisper the degree password, which is 7V8VOZ6R3I. Wow. This is wild, son. This is wild. Here we go. Salutation sign. Raise both hands from the sides at full arm's length above the head. Place the ends of the fingers of the two hands against each other, forming a high arch. Let the hands fall. Salute MEM, blah, blah, blah. When the word is taken up, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Should you so this is okay, this is salutation. Okay. Should you chance to be in distress at any time and on account of darkness or other cause, the sign of distress could not be seen, you will make yourself known as the past master with this distress word. O Joshua, the high priest of the Lord, awake, O sword. Okay. This is deep, yo. Is that it? Open the fingers of the right hand with the fingers slightly hooked or bent. Place them between each other's fingers and in this manner. Then press the fingers together with the end of the thumb, each pressing against each other. Place one of the left hands over them and shake 2 double shakes. Okay, so this is so all of these times is, I guess, this is the grip, yo. So this is the handshake. So you gotta have it with somebody else. You feel me? Yo, this is nuts. This is nuts. Y'all see him over here dancing and shit. Like I'm over here. I'm over here posing. Crystal says, I sent you like to multiple degree / ritual books. You about to go crazy. That's a fact. This is nuts, yo. All right, y'all. That's the end. That's the end. Now we got the index. Oh, that was incredible. That was incredible, y'all. So, what have we learned tonight? Okay? I want to read some of y'all morals of the story tonight. What was the moral of tonight's episode? I'm gonna let y'all start giving y'all oh, you did say that, Sammy. So let me know what y'all major takeaway from this was. We dug deep with this one. So let me know what y'all did. I mean, what y'all came away with. Let me know. Thank you guys for coming too. Thank you guys for coming. I'm just gonna take you a minute to type and all of that. So I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna listen to some spitter while y'all do that. I'm gonna, you know. I know y'all gonna type it in, so I ain't tripping. I'll let y'all give me y'all morals of the story, and then we are out of here. And see, I still held it down for 3 hours with y'all, man. You know. What else? Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. The Hotep History Podcast, episode 3 of my brother Hotep Mac. I give y'all, since y'all here, we talking about how the Great Migration was a psyop. Spicy. Spicy. So if your granny and them, came up from Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and now they live in Chicago, New York, Detroit, Midwest, all that stuff. You might want to tap into that. Me and my brother Hotep Mac, 12 p.m. on Twitter Spaces. Now, if you tap in at 12 o'clock, you'll be able to hear it live. However, I downloaded it immediately and I deleted off of the timeline. You got to go to the Patreon to hear it. You got to go to the Patreon to hear it. So if you want to hear the entire podcast in its entirety, you have to subscribe to the Patreon. All right? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. And as always, y'all, you cannot have the future without the present, and you cannot have the present without the past. We don't study history to live in the past, but to order our steps in the present so we can positively what? Affect our future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tapping into another episode of Hotep History Live. I was your host, President Hotep Dubes, representing Hotep Nation. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen,